Hello, luxury lovers, and welcome to today's surprising, unique twist on luxury in Canada. Today, we are headed to the Dakota Dunes Casino and Resort, located about half an hour outside of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, of course, being one of Canada's 10 provinces and being one of the more central provinces. This, I have to say, is such an exciting development for me in the province. Saskatchewan, being a lawyer and an entrepreneur, is a province that I do a lot of business in, and I have always struggled to find luxury accommodation options in Saskatchewan, specifically Saskatoon. There is a Delta Hotel in downtown Saskatoon that's a 4-star, a little bit outdated, a little bit maybe leaning grandma instead of hot, sexy 2025. So when I saw the Dakota Dunes casino and resort being developed, I cannot tell you how ecstatic I was. This is the lobby of the resort. You would have seen driving in where the bison, that side was the casino side. This is the hotel side. Between them is a conference, and somewhere to the left there's a golf building. So here we are going to our room. This was a king bedroom suite. Loved the robes when I saw them. And as you guys will see certain features of this room, I do want to acknowledge that the location, the situation we're dealing with here, it used to be called Moose Woods, I believe, this area, which was a very important Indigenous hunting and trading area. This area is now known as the Whitecap Dakota First Nation. Shout out. The First Nations living in this area, there is concrete physical evidence to date back to the fact that they've been living here for at least 6,000 years, maybe even longer. So shout out to the OGs, my full respects. Here is the room. Little weird things like, did you notice the mini fridge was empty? An empty mini fridge in a casino tells me that, or at a resort, tells me that there's some sort of trust issue going on. Do you see the snagging on the sheets? As a business person, keep in mind this hotel has been open for months, not years, months. Those sheets shouldn't snag like that. It makes me wonder if inadequate quality was purchased, if they were purchased brand new, or maybe they upcycled bedding from another fancy resort somewhere in the vicinity, which happens a lot. You'd be surprised how many of my super posh Pinkies Up clients are like, I just purchased a $20,000 18 people dining table for $200 from like a super luxurious place that just needs to dump the stock. This was the view. I love the view. I noticed some people parking lots are a turn off. I actually kind of find like peace in a parking lot view because I can see my car all day and night. Shout out to the car. So a little bit to the right there is the golf course. This is the bathroom. You'll see the towels. Again, when they look gorgeous from afar, but when I zoom in on the towel, I'm going to put one on the screen right now. It's a little bit of a jump scare, again, making me wonder if inadequate quality was purchased or if we're looking at goods that were purchased at a really big discount from a hotel that had already used them. The toilet paper, I love that stamp on it. Just a little touch that makes everything feel a little more hygienic. The shower, I love the finishes. This is one clash that we keep having at this resort that I think the fine tuning could have gone really well. So the shower stall, lovely, like luxurious, clean, great. The toiletries, by the way, awesome. An Indigenous owned brand, fully support that. And you should too. But did you see that like purple squirt on the temperature control, or this grimy situation on the shower head? Like, those are both free fixes, but they would have elevated so much more. Again, structurally, we're doing really well here. If you saw that sign, the bottled water here, the tap water was beyond bottled water quality. It was like Fiji competitive. Now let's talk about some food options. This was pickerel cheek. So pickerel is a fish. It grows a lot in different Canadian lakes in different provinces, including Ontario, where I spent a lot of time. This was the OG, the bison tomahawk. If you have listened to this channel, you'll know that I don't eat red meat. So that's the funny thing. This was the most expensive, biggest steak on the menu, as tomahawks sometimes can be. But my kids and my husband, I love treating them to unique experiences. I feel like this meat, this protein source was so local to the hotel and resort situation. I got this as a treat for my family. It was very well cooked. Shout out to them for that. This photo, there's a lot of glare. Like I tried 10 different angles, as you can tell by all my moving. This is like a projection of what they hope the resort will look like once finished. There's like 8 pools in that thing, give or take. There could be 7, there could be 9. Glary, too glary to count. But they have big, big dreams for this place. Gorgeous necklace, by the way. But Indigenous business, whenever I can, and I'm aware that there's that option in the area, that's the option I choose to support for reasons of personal preference and personal enlightenment and educating myself as to that situation. The Dakota Dunes again. So you noticed the hallway we just walked in with the glary photo. So it was the hotel, then that hallway. That hallway gets you to the restaurant, and then past the restaurant, you walk to the casino. Speaking of the restaurant, there's that gorgeous, I imagine bison, could be moose, I don't know, some dark furred, large hide there. And might be moose actually, because the restaurant is called Moose Grill, but or Moose Woods, but they can let us, if you're watching and you know, let us know. This is an outdoor situation. Lovely, lovely. Again, more plans of what they envision this resort will look like. I really look forward to when that gets completed. The morning after, so being at like the level of points I am on all these different platforms when I book, there's always little freebies. Sometimes there's always like big and little freebies. The little freebie here was free handcrafted Starbucks drinks. Awesome. Waniskewen is we posted a video on this channel actually about the Waniskewen Heritage Park. It is another sort of sister business. I did want to show what the hotel and resort itself, how it speaks of itself on its website. Super aspirational, awesome photos, information. There's the casino. There's the golf situation, which I don't talk a lot about because I don't golf. Again, there's the Moose Woods Grill and a pool on the 7th floor, which was really fun to learn about. I didn't go there, and even if I had, I'm not going to film people while they're swimming and half naked. And there was a rooftop patio. There's a gym. I mean, it's fully stocked structurally, right? Like the building is well finished. The structures, the things you touch by way of structural are there. They get full points for that. I think just a little bit more keen eye on the finishes, the beddings, the towels, the purple squirts in the shower. Like the squirts in the shower are free to fix. House cleaning takes care of that. The bedding, the towels, I think honestly they might look to redoing that sooner than later, as opposed to having that be a legacy for guests that stay and don't return. It is jarring to return to that. Overall, though, this again is Saskatchewan's only resort situation. They get full points for that. They're leading the field. By way of cultural experience, I love it. Things I would do is maybe, flesh that out a little more, like bring the pride to the forefront. The First Nations of this land have so much to be proud of. Like when the toiletries are from an Indigenous owned brand, put the link that I can see, go to my phone, scan it, and buy the products on the spot. Like push me to go to that next step. The wallpaper art, as if it has something to do with the Indigenous culture, put a label on it. This is what this is. The food is quite thematic, so they get points on that. Speaking of the labels I mentioned in regards to like better pointing out the background of something I'm looking at, labels would have gone a long way with some of the little ticks around the building too. Elevator buttons were popped off in both elevators and on the floors waiting for the elevator. Put a little sign there, please pardon the appearance. So again, this hotel, this resort, would I recommend that you go there? Why would I not? Of course, I recommend you go there. It is an asset to all of Saskatchewan. It is an asset to Canada, genuinely so. I just think that the little details could be polished a lot more. And even honestly, polishing those details might even elevate the facility to a 5-star, not a 4-star rating by the critics. They can fully go all the way, and they can make sister locations in other places across Saskatchewan. If you build it, they will come, and I'm thankful this was built and I got to experience it. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and we'll see you on the next video. We post every Tuesday and Friday on this luxury channel. Thank you for watching.